All right, boys and girls, welcome back to the second half of the show. It is the right side of Kentucky sports. Hopefully everybody listened or watched the first half of the show. Halloween episode, did a little Halloween bracket. So if you didn't listen, check it out. As you can see, I'm here with Casper and
Satan.
I was going to say the devil, but
I'm the ghost of Mark Stoops' future.
Your mama.
So, yeah, I'm here with two adults wearing Halloween costumes. I was not let in on what was going on here today, so I just got my somewhat not even a Halloween. Can anybody name what band this is from?
Insane Clown Posse?
It is. Anthony is an Insane Clown Posse fan over here.
I seen him at 7th Street, baby. No, we rode up on 7th Street one time at a flea market. We just drove, was turning around there, and we got stuck in this was their later years, and we got stuck. We couldn't get out of there, dude. My family was with me. My young daughter was with me. My mother-in-law was with me. We were all in the car, and I was just trying to get out of there. There wasn't really nobody giving me trouble, but I felt like there was a lot of trouble around me. I was like, we got to get out of this parking lot.
Get you a Faygo. Did you get you a Faygo before you left?
I wasn't going to stop for nobody. I was rolling out. There was a lot of drugs being used, and I had my daughter, which was about 1 year old, my mother-in-law, my wife. We were a young family. The sun had just went down. 7th Street Flea Market, I think the best part of town to be in after ours. And it was in their later years, so it was kind of a low-budget concert and a lot of drugs. And, I mean, it was wild.
I've been to a boxing match over there. Seen Juicy fight over there at 7th Street one time. A couple times.
He's been there a couple times.
That was probably a lot more enjoyment than what I seen.
So I'm not an Insane Clown Posse fan. I've never really have been. I just kind of like the shirt. I actually bought this a few weeks back, anticipating wearing this on the Halloween episode. I didn't know that we were going to dress up, so I got left out. But guys, how do y'all feel about this week? Another tough loss. What's new? Kentucky lost again. Tried to hang in it. Played about as even as we could in the first half. Yes, we were down 14. But if you look at the stats and the way that game played out in the first half, we were even and maybe even outplayed them a little bit. They got a little bit even on that last drive of the first half.
And we had a 3rd and 10 there. I hated that.
They had a good last drive, which stats-wise I want to say got them pretty close to even. Yeah. But we were kind of dominating that first half, down by 14 because of 2 terrible turnovers.
2 defensive touchdowns, pretty much. One of them was a pick six, which was a great play.
The other one was basically a touchdown.
It was like a 5-yard line.
The first one was a really good defensive play. Initially, as soon as it happened, I thought it was on Cutter. But after seeing the replay, that guy made a really good play. And something, I know Anthony doesn't like the announcers, but they did point out that Cutter made the right read on that play. It was a quick blitz coming, and he had the guy wide open out there in the flat to get rid of it real quick, and the defensive guy batted it up and caught it, made a good play. But besides those 2 turnovers, we were even in the first half. I was feeling so optimistic. I went live on TikTok at halftime, felt good about what I was seeing, and it went downhill in the second half. The defense just got wore down, defensive backs. Anthony says they were on the take. Whatever it was, we got our asses kicked in the second half.
All right, and usually we're pretty good at defending the deep pass. I was really impressed with the way Tennessee attacked the deep ball. Look, I could sit here, guys, and be upset and, say the Stoops thing. Y'all know my argument. These guys' argument on it. I can make my argument. They can make theirs. I'm in minority with the rest of the UK fans. I do think there's some that think like I do. I think I have a very logical argument. Nobody really seems to see it my way, but all that aside, I don't care. And that's the truth. I like Stoops, but at the end of the day, I do like Kentucky football more. My big thing, I want to get the best guy for the job. And, I still think that's a chance it could be Stoops. But if not, that's fine. But none of that matters to me because I think we have a really good young quarterback in Cutter Boley. I'm super high on him. To me, when I watch him, I know I respect Charlie's opinion of him. I got another buddy I respect. And all 3 of us like him. I usually got a pretty good eye for quarterbacks. He's long, athletic. He got a big arm. I see him getting better every game. I see him working with pressure better every game. As crazy as it sounds, we just got beat. I see hope. If you're not going to spend a ton of money like UK football don't seem to be right now, you got to have a quarterback. Cutter's from Kentucky. Maybe that'll help us get some players. But he's the real deal. Got to protect him from the NIL market. I don't think he would leave us, but we got to pay him. We got to come up with a little bit more money for football. I don't even care if we do get a new coach. We just got to. It takes money to be good in football. It just does. So, that's how I feel. I'm super excited about Cutter. And I don't think we're far off is what it seemed. Who did we play last week? Texas. I thought we looked pretty good against them. I thought as crazy as that the Tennessee game was, Heupel and Stoops don't like each other. Heupel stayed on that gas the whole game. And guess what? Kentucky kept fighting. I was proud of that. I think it says a lot. I just do. It's easy to quit in that situation. Maybe we can have a decent end of the year here if the team will stick together. I can see maybe some good weeks. Is that enough for wins? Our schedule's really tough. I do think we're getting to the easier part of it, and it's still tough. But that's how I see it. And whatever happens with the coaching, I'm fine with it. I just wish they would be told the whole story. I feel like in Kentucky right now, whether it's the local big sports radio show or the university, I feel like nobody's wanting to talk about that part of it. And I think that's a major part of it.
I mean, I like the only positive is Cutter Bowley. I mean, it just seems like Stoops doesn't even seem like he wants to be there sometimes. I don't see the same fire that he had. He just seems he's like he's going through the motions on the sideline. He's fired up. He's like he's playing it up for the refs. I'm just not excited. And I'm excited for Cutter Bowley and maybe what the future offers with that if he sticks around. But I just can't. I think it's time. The university's got to do something. I'm tired of hearing about the money and all of that. We need a change. It's just stale. And I'm a diehard Kentucky football fan, but I'm bored with the whole situation. It seems like it's just delaying the inevitable. Somebody's got to talk. Someone's got to figure out a plan. And right now, there's just no plan. Here I am dressed up as a ghost.
Let me ask you, and I swear to you, Josh, friend to friend, dude, I'm not trying to be a smart butt. I really am. No. But this is when I'm trying to ask people, and if you give me an answer, dude, that's a good answer, I'll go with it because I'm looking for answers myself. I really am. What's the future? I love Kentucky football, dude. I absolutely love it. I love Kentucky football.
Oh, I know you do.
It's my passion in sports. And I know you say you're tired of hearing about the money, and I've heard that from other people, and I get it. But to me, that's such a big part of college football now. What kind of vision do you see that would get us?
The vision is get a new coach and start over.
But here's
the vision.
Here's where the program lost me as a fan this year. Was over the summer we heard nothing, zero. And it was like, what is Mark Stoops hiding?
Dude, I don't need to hear that shit.
We don't even know who these players were.
That's fine.
I mean,
you can do your research.
You can, but
that's other people
put it out there.
Shit,
no, we had no clue who these players were.
I kind of like not having all the hype. I
didn't even want hype. I just want to know what somebody's freaking name is.
There might have been a reason for that.
And that's what I'm saying. What
might have been.
And that was the only thing. It was the quietest it had ever been. So that told me he don't know what he has. We paid all this money to Calzada, and then Bowley's obviously better.
I agree with that. That's one angle I will agree with.
And that's another miss on a quarterback when he already had one.
But
we could have used that money for somebody else.
But Ole Miss had a starting quarterback, and we all love Lane Kiffin, and the same situation's going on down there. His best was his backup by a lot.
But we've missed on quarterbacks the last 3 years, and we had one right there in our backyard.
Sure, I know, and he was playing. I think Stoop has the theory of bringing players. He talked about on his postgame the other night about Patterson, with McGowan being out, he had a good game, and you talked about how that's how they used to be able to bring players along, guys that stuck with them and stayed in the system. Because Patterson's been a good prospect for us for a while. But, with us getting McGowan and stuff this year.
I thought Patterson looked better than McGowan at points.
I
thought he looked good.
I thought he had a good game. When you can pass the ball, it takes pressure off your running game. I'm really high on McGowan, though. But I do like Patterson's been a good prospect for us for a while.
I agree with you on one thing, Josh. I'm bored with the whole thing, too. Should we fire him? Should we not? Money that I don't even care. I hate to say this, but can we just get the season over with and try to figure something out for the future? Because that's what we need to do. It's not about the rest of these last 3 or 4 games. We're
Right.
going to win a couple games, even though I need us to win more than 4.5 for my future bet.
You don't think they matter? I do think they still matter. I think the game. No, I mean, like they don't
it
matter,
matters.
but I think they matter towards his future. If that's what you're going to decide, we're going to go another direction. I mean, I'm not saying it's looking great.
Yeah,
for
you
him.
want to finish the season strong. I'm not saying like literally just give up on the season, but can we just get the season over and just move on? Whatever that move on is, can we do that?
I agree with that.
Because I'm honestly tired. I love the way you said I'm bored of it because I am kind of the same way. I'm tired of arguing with people about should he get fired, should he not, arguing with Kentucky fans that want to give up on us. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready to move on to basketball, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to watch every single snap, every single game for the rest of the year. The writing is on the wall. Something has to happen. Stoops cannot continue here.
Let me say 2 things. Okay, let me say 2 things. One thing, just an angle. I agree. Like if something happens in the year, it happens. I'm okay with that. I really am. And to me, I'd meet with Cutter and his dad. Like I know that sounds horrible. I don't like the idea of that, but that's just the truth of it. That's what I would do. What do you want, Cutter? I wouldn't give him that kind of direct power, but I would kind of maybe get it there through the grapevine or however, get somebody to talk to him.
Who? What do you mean? Get somebody
Just
to talk to
say,
him?
you know, what's your feelings about Stoops? Do y'all like him? Would y'all like to see him here next year or not?
You can't let Cutter hold you to the fire.
I'm not saying he holds you. No,
dude.
you don't do that just from pure negotiations with money. But just through your grapevine, talk to his friends, find out what they want, because I do think it's important we keep Cutter happy. People will become after him this offseason. I think he's a big part of our future.
Only thing I think that they should do with Cutter is make sure that the next coach that they bring in knows that he is the starter. He's the quarterback.
He's a starter.
They can't bring somebody in that's going to say, hey, I'm bringing my quarterback from James Madison over here and push Cutter out. Barnhart better tell whoever comes in interviews for the job that we've got our quarterback here and he's going to stay here too.
I agree with that. I think a move maybe Mitch could do, and this is just thinking, I thought about this last night on the way home, the big revenue sharing thing. Everybody's doing 75-25 football to basketball. We're doing 50-50, our basketball team. Okay, that's not the point I'm making. That's not the point I'm making. You know, Barnhart did that, and maybe, just maybe, Barnhart didn't know all this private money was going to come in for basketball like it did compared to football. Okay, so maybe that's why he made the revenue sharing like that. But now with seeing all that private money that came in for basketball like that, and he sees that they're well funded, maybe he goes to more of a 75-25 split to give football more money. That's the money he does control. Before the season, I think he went to 50-50 because maybe he didn't know that much private money was there for basketball with it. But with it being there, I just think $23 million is a lot for a basketball team when you have a football team that's underfunded in the SEC. I still think you want to be the tops. And I'm okay with spending the tops, but that's kind of way over the tops. And so that's where I am with it. Not to change the subject, but I took my boys out there probably about 4 plays into the game, some negative UK fans beside me. We had some positive plays. They said, oh, yes, we got us some yards. I mean, just mocking UK. Dude, I fucking blew up on them. Fucking my ass. I wish the boys were fucking blew up on them. I'm shouting, point fingers right in his face. Gary, throw down with these 2 guys, dude. We freaking move seats and everything, dude. I can't stand. Dude, our fans are so fucking negative, dude. And they don't even know what's going on. I swear to God, 98% of our fans have no clue the entire situation. They don't. Because you know why? Because local radio won't talk about it. Like I listened to the whole call-in show on the way home. They won't talk about
the same stuff that we've talked about the last 3 episodes that you keep bringing up about the revenue. And it's talked about on the radio.
They don't not talk about. I mean, they did talk about.
I've heard about it multiple times.
But we have to be smarter. We have to be smart. We have to be smarter with the way we spend the money.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
And we keep missing, and that's a
I don't know what they were missing
coach.
Considering what we're spending.
Dude,
we haven't had a quarterback until now.
Yeah, I agree. The quarterback.
We haven't had an SEC win in like 2 years.
We
missed on everything.
We haven't had an SEC home win since 2021.
Okay.
That's what happens when you spend half the money everybody else is
in
spending.
2021. There wasn't even any
I know.
That's what happens, dude.
That just started the last year,
What's that?
dude.
All
the revenue shit.
Yeah, but we were spending. That's just the revenue sharing. But before that, we were spending. That's when we were way behind on NIL. That's when it was just the private NIL.
We've always been behind.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
We've always been behind.
I agree.
We're always going to be behind.
But I'm just saying, why does basketball get $23 million?
Because we're Kentucky basketball.
Dude, that's ridiculous. And it's fucking ridiculous,
I don't
dude.
see why.
It don't even make life because you know why our fans are? Because our fans are scared football will come bigger than basketball because they
What?
see the games. They see the
Scared
electricity.
that Kentucky
Yes,
football will
yes.
be bigger than Kentucky
Yes,
basketball?
they're scared of it.
Bro,
They're scared
you're
of it.
living in Freddie's dream
Let me
or
tell you,
something right
Rupp
now,
Arena,
dog, because
hey, Rupp-
that would never happen.
Rupp Arena for the
Ever.
last 10, 15 years of my life, besides maybe a game or here or there, is dead. It's a weak stadium to play at. There ain't no energy in that stadium. It's sold out. Yeah, Blue Hairs come in the game, but the energy ain't there. Go to a football game.
It's because the lower level of Rupp Arena is all fucking rich people.
Well, what's
old
the
people?
The football stadium's rocking on Saturday nights?
I mean,
It ain't the same crowd. The people sitting in the lower level at Rupp Arena are not at the football games.
Dude, I sat at the upper arena, and I've been to games up there. And you got to sit down a lot of times because people don't want you standing. I've done that. We went to a game 2 years ago up there, and we stood up. And I like to stand up and cheer. You know, you've been to games with me, Charlie. And they're looking at me like I'm the most evil person alive. And it's kind of like, I love you, okay, dude, but it's kind of shameful. And it's like, come on, dude, get up and cheer for your team.
It's never had a good atmosphere.
Yeah, I do agree. It's not like the
I've been to
greatest
games since I was
atmosphere
11
ever.
years old.
And I'm going to tell you, Kroger Field is electric at times.
I mean, there's more Tennessee fans than Kentucky fans this week.
No, it wasn't. No, there was a good number of Tennessee. They always bring a good number, okay? But there was nowhere near as many Tennessee fans as Kentucky fans.
I guarantee one thing. Ain't nobody scared of Kentucky football being better than Kentucky basketball.
I think Kentucky basketball
will never happen.
I'll say this. That's fair. But I don't think Kentucky basketball fans realize how obtainable it is to be good. Now. Like for years, we've been brainwashed to think we can't be good in football. And I agree. We couldn't before. It was all about recruiting. And we just didn't have the in-state talent. We didn't have the tradition. Okay. And that's the things you needed before to win.
What teams are doing that in the SEC?
What's that?
That are spending big money and winning that are even comparable to Kentucky. The only teams you can point to is Indiana, and they play in the Big Ten, which we've talked about.
But they're really good, though. They're really good.
We've talked about multiple times. They got to get up for 2 games all year.
Okay, but they're really good.
In the SEC.
They would be good in the SEC. Indiana would be
good. Maybe.
They're good.
Maybe.
They're good. Notre Dame's good.
So what team in the SEC? Auburn. We talked about all the money that Auburn spent, all that shit they did. Mm-hmm. They fucking got 6 losses. Dude.
They don't get that many losses.
They got 5.
I don't know how many they got, but they're a solid team, though. It's life's tough in the SEC. There's no doubt.
No shit.
You know why? Because
that's
everybody's
why
spending.
You can give Kentucky $5 more million.
But there's other teams
going to do
But
that.
there's other teams spending like Auburn is. That's winning. Auburn's not that far off.
Who in the SEC?
There's plenty of them, dude. Mississippi. There's plenty of them, dude.
Ole Miss. Okay, I give you Ole Miss. Other than that,
I think we can get to Alabama and Georgia's level. I don't think it's that high. I don't think it's that high. I do not think their level is what the Ohio States of the world are. I don't. I think it's obtainable, or at least close. And then maybe if you can just get close, then you can compete. But when you're competing with half the budget, dude, you can't compete.
Put us in the ACC or even maybe possibly the Big Ten or put us in the Big 12. Yes, maybe we can. Dude, $5 million, $4 million is not going to put us up there with Georgia and fucking
If we
Alabama.
spent $23 million on our football team, we'd be one of the top teams. $23 million get you a top football team.
Yeah, in the Big Ten.
And I'll get you a top football team in the SEC.
Whatever.
It does. I'm just telling you, it does.
Well, how much did Auburn spend?
I don't know what their numbers are, but with the stuff I've been reading, 24. The only one that really gets in the 30s is Texas. That's the only ones that gets in the 30s is Texas.
So who's getting in the 20s? Everybody?
A lot of your mid-20s, that's your upper players. That Indiana, they say, is at 23, 24. That's where they say Indiana
so if we went and spent $24 million and they gave us a Big Ten schedule, we could be successful. But give us $5 extra million or $8 extra million,
$5 million
and still load us up with the same schedule that we keep facing every year.
$5 million would help the football team a lot.
Maybe 2 wins.
Dude,
the
$5 million will help the football team a lot.
We'd be like, woohoo, we're 8-4.
Okay, and the basketball team would still have $18 million, which is still keep them hands and feet above.
And then woohoo, we got
that don't
2
make
extra
sense,
wins in football.
Dude,
it don't make any extra sense.
What do you mean 2 extra wins? You're up there competing with them. Then you can compete with them
until you can convince me that we could compete with them on a consistent basis.
I don't know why we can't if we're spending that. At that point, if the coach ain't doing good, get him out.
Auburn sure ain't.
Got 5 but there's plenty of examples that are.
Not in the SEC. There's not.
What do you
Josh.
mean? Okay, let's see who's in the ACC.
Texas A&M. Texas A&M has always been better than us.
I agree. I agree
Before
with that.
the spending money and after the spending money, during the spending money.
I'm telling you,
Texas A&M has
I
always been
think
ahead
we can
of
get to
us.
where Georgia, Alabama is. I just do. I think
Yeah, Josh, what do you think?
I think we can get to where Ole Miss
I
is.
think we're stuck where we are until we get a different coach.
Do y'all think $23 million is too much to spend on basketball?
I don't know.
You don't think none of that should go to football?
I don't believe any of the numbers.
Okay.
I don't
Fair
believe any of
enough.
the
I think it's fair. I think it's fair.
Honestly,
I think it's fair.
That's my thing. Is I don't believe any of the numbers, and that's where I'm stuck on. Let's get another coach. Let's get a different mind in here. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can pick some right players. We're always going to be behind. And I understand if we have the money, of course, maybe we can compete.
I think in the old year, I think it's a totally different format of how you're good now. You know, I followed recruiting for years. That's why I really enjoyed Stoops. It's because it was simple as this. Never thought we could compete because when you looked at these teams, they were always filled with in-state kids. And our high school football just is not very good. Tennessee used to have the same problem. Louisville would face the same problem. And we would have to go into Florida and get the leftovers down there or wherever. Well, we had a coach come in and show me that we could compete in the SEC. Not that we could win it, but we could compete. And he had a lot of disadvantages. The same disadvantages every other coaching staff ever had. And I love Brooks, but he had the best in-state class ever.
He did.
He just did. Okay.
Right.
But those teams that win, besides Notre Dame, which they're a national team because of the Catholic setup, them teams that have traditionally been good have had great in-state recruiting. So in my mind, I didn't think you could be good. And then Stoops and his team comes in, and what I think they did was genius. They recruited the kids from the north. They recruited Pennsylvania. They recruited Ohio.
Yep.
And they sold them on the idea of being the northernmost team in the SEC. And we had a lot of people that never even thought of doing that. And it worked. He showed me a brand of football, of playing conservative football, playing defense. It's a different brand of football, but he showed me that it worked. Not at a high level, but that we could be competitive. But I knew all the disadvantages he had. So in my mind, I'm grading the guy really high because it's like, damn, what would he have if he had Alabama's talent or if he had Georgia's talent? Like, it's hard to judge a guy there. Okay. But then, so the NIL happens. We wake up, we're behind on the NIL. There's no doubt. I told y'all.
I thought Barnhart was
I
behind.
agree with that. I agree.
Barnhart.
And then the one time Stoops said something. Y'all remember?
He said pony up.
Yeah. And what did our fans do to him?
They overreacted.
They tore his ass up.
And I agree, but that was a very early statement. That was early in the NIL area, and people didn't even really understand what the fuck was going on. We just got our fucking head drilled in by somebody that day. Vandy or somebody beat us by 40 points.
And he had just signed
I forgot
that
what it
contract.
was, but I think that was more about timing on when that came. Not so much timing after the loss, even though I don't think that was great timing to do it after the loss, but it was just so early in the NIL era. As little as you think people know now about the situation, back then when that statement was made, nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
Other teams seem to really know about it. Other teams was really getting behind it. And
I'm talking about the fans that you're talking about that was getting on him for the statement. Nobody knew what was going on.
Radio
and
all
they hear is our coach say pony up after we just got our heads fucking beat in.
And then I think another thing too is our best teams that Stoops had, man, he found some diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
Josh Allen was a 1-star or a 2-star. He comes in, develops, ends up being a top 10 pick and one of the best defensive players in the NFL right now. Even Randall, Lynn Bowden, Benny Snell. Those two guys weren't 4 or 5 stars, and they came in. We developed them behind a good offensive line, but he
was good at developing players, but you don't develop players no more.
Vince Merrill's gone. I think he got lazy.
What's that?
Vince Merrill.
Well, you didn't need Vince. A guy like Vince is not valuable no more.
And I think it's just like Stoops just has not. Since NIL started, he hadn't figured it out. He's had several offensive coordinators in the last 4 years. And I agree with that. I just want a fresh start. Let's give another guy a shot.
I'm not against that.
To leave on his own term because we all enjoyed that Stoops run. And now he's leaving us worse than Joker left us.
I feel like y'all are skipping. Agree with that. I feel like you're skipping a whole part though. Like to me right now, and this is anybody.
What are we skipping? The part that he had some success for years?
This is anybody. This is anybody that comes in. I don't care if we get whoever, if we got Lane Kiffin tomorrow, which we won't, but if we got Lane Kiffin tomorrow, I think the part that we are skipping is no matter who's there in tomorrow's world of UK trying to be good, they're going to have to come up with a lot more money. They're not going to be able to do it on that budget. I truly 100% believe that. And so we had a guy that had so much success for us and kind of overachieved with what he had before. But why is everybody just like so hell-bent that he ain't the guy when he showed us before that he overachieved with that situation, but we're so hell-bent that we just need a fresh start? Maybe he needs a chance. He showed us he could do it before with less talent. Maybe he needs just to get us close. And I'm not saying that's the answer. I don't know that. And still, maybe we fire him. But I don't understand the mob on it, dude. I don't understand the mob mentality on it. Majority of people just don't know what's going on.
It's the same thing you said about Cal, dude. Like, it's not like Cal had one bad year. It's not like Stoops has had one bad year and everybody's like, get him out. It's been 3 or 4 years in a row.
Yes, but
dude.
you're skipping that part of money.
I get it.
You're not going to win without money in NIL.
You're
Tell
not
me a team
going to win at all.
Tell me
at
a team
Kentucky.
that's doing it.
It's real
bullshit.
simple.
Bullshit.
When have we ever?
Because it's different now. You're ignoring parts of the argument. You're ignoring parts of the argument. You're ignoring, like, just like every other fan. You're ignoring
everything
because you're
everybody
not
says.
a team now.
Like, we've had 2 10-win seasons in our life.
That was before NIL. It's a
Whatever,
totally
dude.
different world now.
Yeah, totally different world.
Go ask Texas Tech. Go ask
Jesus
Indiana.
Christ,
Go ask
dude.
SMU. Jesus Christ, whatever, Charlie.
Bro,
You're ignoring facts. You're ignoring
why don't
facts.
you listen to somebody
You're
once in a
ignoring because
while,
you're
dude?
ignoring facts.
Jesus Christ, I can't even say a
you're
fucking
ignoring facts.
sentence.
No,
dude.
because you keep telling me that's all we had.
God
I keep
damn.
telling you that was pre-NIL. You
So
can
what?
buy a team
We've
now.
sucked forever.
You're ignoring a part of
Gonna
it.
change.
You're ignoring a part of it.
No, I'm not ignoring
Yes, you are.
shit.
Yes, you are.
You're ignoring the fact that whether we get the money or not, nothing will change.
How do you know that? How do you know that? It's a new world. It's a new world. How do you know that?
I was just going to let this go because I think it's getting old, and you don't listen anyways. You just got your stance, and you're not willing to wiggle at all. You've got your stance. You love Stoops, and you won't never fucking say anything back.
That's it.
It is.
You're skipping a part of the argument.
Everybody understands the money situation. Everybody gets it.
Okay, but you're not making that a
Let me read you the SEC standings right now.
Okay.
Texas A&M has always been ahead of us, always will be ahead of us. They ain't doing
money-wise, I agree with that. They've had some down years. They've spent a lot of money in
Alabama, always been ahead of Kentucky football, always will. Georgia, third, always been ahead of Kentucky, always will. Ole Miss, this is the one that I'll halfway give you because I don't think they're at the top of the SEC.
We definitely can compete with them.
Maybe.
I know we can.
Maybe.
With the money we got, we definitely can.
Vandy, which is up there. Okay, maybe they bought a team and they've lucked into a good quarterback, but I'm still arguing that Vandy's not very good.
Okay.
They haven't beat barely anybody. Missouri's their best win, and they lost to
They got
Alabama.
them a quarterback.
All the other teams, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia,
That's three.
Texas, Tennessee.
4.
Dude, we ain't never been ahead of any of those teams.
That's before.
And if you
we
think
don't gotta
$5
be
million
ahead.
is going to do it, you are living
would
in
help.
Freddie's fucking dreams,
It would help.
dude.
It would help.
It would help us get
What are you
from
worried about?
0-5 to right up here where
What are you
LSU is at. Can I fucking finish?
Okay,
dude?
go ahead and fucking finish, Charlie.
Jeez,
God
I mean,
damn,
you keep
dude.
talking
All
over
right,
top of me.
I'm arguing with you. Let's go.
Yeah, you talk over top of me,
let's
dude.
go.
It would get us from 0-5 to 2-3. It wouldn't get us from 0-5 to 4 and fucking
What's so
1,
bad
dude?
about giving Kentucky basketball $18 million? What's so bad about that?
I'm
That's
not
still
saying
at the top.
anything's
Can
wrong
Pope
with
not
that.
win with $18 million?
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm arguing is that the extra $4 to $5 million ain't doing nothing for
$5
us
million
on the
to get
side.
$5 million to get you a nice quarterback and a nice wide receiver.
It'll take you from down here at the very bottom to maybe
Give
up
us a
here
chance.
in the middle.
Give us a chance like everybody else. There's a lot of teams in the middle of the
2-2.
There's a lot of teams that are
2-2.
There's a lot of teams in the middle of the SEC that are going to have chances over the next 5 years. I could argue say there's almost every
Lightning
team
in a bottle for 1 year.
No, I wouldn't say. I think there's almost every team in there besides maybe Vandy. I think Vandy got lucky with the quarterback. I think South Carolina's
at the bottom with us.
I know. I'm just saying.
1-5.
But they've had, like last year, they had a good year.
Lightning in a bottle. That's what I'm saying. Kentucky can get
Just
that.
get us to a competitive level. Give us to a level to where we can be competitive.
What's competitive? Being 2-3 like LSU is?
No,
I'm sure LSU spent
but
shit
like,
of money.
I know, but you said like Ole Miss is in the middle right now. Okay,
they're in fourth.
I know, but I'm just saying Ole Miss or Tennessee or whoever. Them teams, they're going to have chances to make runs.
I've agreed with you all the whole time we've ever argued about this. I agree. You can buy a team and be good for a season or maybe 2.
I think you can be consistently good.
We are never going to. You honestly, in your heart, think that Kentucky football is ever in our life going to be a consistent 7 to 9 win team every fucking year. You think that's possible?
I'm going to say
that
this.
That is not possible.
I'm going to say this. I didn't think so as much as I did till a week ago when I found out we're spending $23 million on a basketball team.
You're still you're so wrapped up on
how
much
bullshit.
the basketball
It's bullshit, dude. That's horseshit.
Josh is over here like, get me the fuck out of here.
It's
here
bullshit.
we go. I got something. 37-13 Auburn.
They got a new quarterback. They benched our boy Jackson.
All right, 42-10. When have we ever been awesome when the other quarterback comes in?
No, usually when we face a new quarterback, we're probably gonna get fucked up.
Still, Stoops ain't breaking down no game film.
Bullshit.
At Auburn, man,
dude's a hell of a film guy.
I will say through everything, dude, I was really encouraged by what I saw out of Cutter. They better keep him no matter what happens with Stoops. Keep Stoops. Get rid of Stoops. I don't care. You better tell the next coach he has got to keep Cutter Boley. Cutter Boley will be in the NFL. I think that's how good he is.
He's getting smarter every game, too.
That's what I think. Makes really, like, he scrambles at good times. He throws it away at good times.
He's got fire to him, too.
He throws good on the run, too. I hate how the second half went against Tennessee because I really thought we had a shot, dude. As much as I sit here and argue with Anthony, y'all probably think I'm a hater. Dude, I watch every second of. I did not turn that Kentucky game.
I watched the whole game too.
As bad as it got, as ugly, I kept it on. I watched the whole freaking game, and I'll watch every game, even East Tennessee State or whoever we play. I'll watch that one too, and I hope we win every game.
I can honestly say this. Y'all can think I'm saying it to try to make an argument, but when I go to a lot of the games, especially this week, and there was actually some Missouri fans there. They were over tailgating. We sat by them. We watched in the Missouri game and Vandy in the end of the Alabama-South Carolina game that was going off. And they were literally making fun of us for how much money we spend on basketball.
I don't believe that.
I swear to God, Josh. I swear, Josh.
Who'd
Josh,
you say?
On our friendship, I swear to God.
Who'd you say it was?
Missouri, a lot of Tennessee fans, but a group of Missouri fans. They said, quit spending all your money on basketball. I swear to God. I didn't say nothing to them. College football is so much bigger than college basketball.
It is. I mean, much bigger. I'm not arguing with that, but I understand what Kentucky is and what we're always going to be, but we can compete. I mean, I agree with what both of you guys are saying. I'm kind of like in the middle of you two. We need to spend more shit. I can't even talk. The damn ghost outfit got me all fucked up. But we need to spend more money. I think we got to be smarter in the way we spend it. That's going to be Kentucky's.
That's anybody.
I know, but I think us more than others. Okay. Because we have a little bit less money that we're going to spend always. And I want to be able to compete and understand we're going to have the 6-7 wins. And maybe here and there we get to 8, 9, 10. We make a run and then they break our heart or whatever happens. But so I'm like in between you guys right now. Like, I just want to start over.
Well, I do think eventually, I think the money will change a little.
I didn't think we had it either. I'll be out. Y'all, you remember the arguments I made? We need to get more donors. You ain't heard me say that over the last week or two because I found out we got a lot more money than what I thought we had. It really surprised me, guys, when it come out that we were sitting on a $23 million basketball roster and our football program is being underfunded. That article came from two sources. Somebody put that out there. Was that the football program? Was that Mitch Barnhart? Somebody put that out there for a reason. They just did. They wanted to gauge where the fans' thoughts of it. I don't know. That's guesswork right there.
I think that will change over the next year.
I think it will too.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure being put on. You say it's not being talked about. I feel like I hear about it on the radio every day.
I'm glad to hear that because I don't listen to the big radio show or whatever. So I'm glad to hear it.
Talking about. I don't even know if I heard it from them. It might have been from. It might have been the U of L guys talking about it. But I've heard it multiple times on the radio. So I do think there's some pressure on Mitch moving forward to make some changes with that. And I think it'll happen until I'm proven wrong. I just think it would take a massive amount of money for us to just make a big leap like that we all want. I mean,
think the money's there. You take the 20, just say you got 23. I'm just say this. I'll leave it this. I promise. You take the 23 and just say, what little research I've done, and I agree with the numbers, Josh, that you can't agree because there are no public number. You just read, you put a bunch of pieces together, and you try to come up with it. And there's estimates out there, but you take the 23 and you take that 11 to 12. They say that's on football, and that puts you at 34. If you just split that in half, 34, 17 would put UK, from the way I understand it, ahead of everybody but BYU, and BYU's overpaying right now for players. So that would still put us at the top. We got a good coach. Pope's a good coach. I will say that. I think he's a great X's and O's guy. NIL's perfect for him. So it would still put him at the top, and it would give UK football 17, 18 million gives you a fighting chance. It really, I mean, from the numbers I've read, the bigger teams are spending like 23, 24. Texas is in the 30s. Talking about spending money dumb. They must be spending money dumb.
Like Josh said, you got to spend the money the right way.
Yeah,
I'm not saying we are or aren't, even though it does look like we've had a lot of misses in the last few years. But you can have all the money you want. You better spend it in the right places, or you turn out to be, some of these other teams that are spending money and are still at the bottom of their conference.
It really opened my eyes when Ole Miss spent $600,000-$700,000. Because I was reading about Trinidad Chambliss. I wanted to find out about him when he was coming on, and they read that Temple offered him $400,000, and Ole Miss stepped up and offered him $700,000 with the idea that he was going to be the backup all year. They didn't know he was going to be that good, but $700,000 for a backup quarterback, and I just thought, man, that's different level stuff. And I do think,
yeah, but is that smart? I mean, it worked out.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
it worked out, but it easily could have been like, what are we doing with this $700,000 sitting on the bench?
I think there's a lot of teams with misses, but I think
there's plenty of misses. We talked last year about Rutgers. Was it I don't know if it was basketball.
They spent
all this shitload of money in basketball, and
was it Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper?
Yeah, and they didn't.
They didn't even make the tournament.
They did. What I did see at the beginning of NIL is that A&M did this a lot at the beginning, and they failed with it. Ole Miss did it a little bit, but they were spending a lot of big money on high school recruits. It seems like that formula has
gone.
That's left to be, because you don't miss much when you spend on Division I players, because you've seen them, and I think that's why you're seeing the teams that spend win. Because used to be like when you recruited 5-star kids, some of them were bust, and so you get a guy that was a good evaluator. But now, what you see them against Division I talent, dude. I remember when high school recruiting was everything. Mm-hmm. It was the lifeblood of a program. It was every article on whether you're watching this talk radio or that talk radio. It ran talk radio. And I seen a thing where Ohio State dropped their recruiting budget by 80%. People aren't even talking about recruiting no more.
I mean, you got 23 and 24, 25-year-olds playing right now.
Yeah.
That, once all those COVID years run out, if they ever run out,
I don't think that's ever going to end.
G League players,
The COVID years will last forever.
Yeah.
Our kids will be in college and they'll get a COVID year.
It's just it's wild.
So is anybody picking Anthony?
Yep, I pick him. Yeah,
I like it. I
respect
the shit out of them.
They're gonna beat Auburn.
Actually, listen, I'm a bit bigger on Auburn, and a lot of people. Auburn's been screwed out 2 games. They were screwed out of the Georgia game, screwed out of the Oklahoma game. There's no doubt in my mind. They got a really good defense. I think it's a good little matchup for us. So,
what time's this game?
I want to say it might be a night game.
I think it's a good matchup for us because I don't think Auburn's offense is great. I think we can keep their offense in check. I would like to see Cutter Boley, Seth McGowan, and that new offense, McGowan back with Cutter Boley kind of producing, and our defense have one of their defensive games and put a complete game together. Seth McGowan was out this week. Cutter's really just kind of turned it on the last couple of weeks in the offense. The defense, of course, went up against Tennessee this week, but I would like to see them all put it together and put a complete game. I think we're coming up on that, but I do think Auburn's got one of the best defenses in the country. We talk about Ohio State and Texas. Auburn could have the best defense in the country.
Yeah,
as crazy as it is.
Yeah, it's 7:30 game.
7:30 game.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to see much of this new quarterback that they put in, but I'm picking the Cats on the upset. Only because I think we got a really good quarterback that can stay poised and unless this Auburn backup that came in is just a beast, I don't know that they can score a ton of points. I know they got a good defense, but I'm encouraged by what I've seen from Cutter. Let's go down there and get a road win, a little upset. We've got to be underdogs, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, even though
road means a lot.
Road means either, a lot. But Cats go down and get a win at Auburn, which probably has not happened many times.
9 or 10. What's it? 9 or 10? That's what I'm gonna guess. 9 or 10.
It might not even be out yet.
Okay.
Give me the upset.
I'm taking Auburn just to be different. 30-13.
Right.
And I like Cutter. I think he'll do well.
I like Auburn, but I'm gonna, I just
10.5.
Oh.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Home, they're home. That's probably worth 5-6 points. They're probably 4 or 5 points better than us, 6 points, somewhere in there.
Kentucky covers. definitely covers. Hopefully maybe we got some new DBs or something because
Maybe
that was
on
ugly.
tape.
Did y'all even get to see that Auburn quarterback at all?
No, nothing.
I would be interested because I
don't know
knew
either.
what scares me is I do know Auburn's got some really good receivers, so that scares me if he can throw. They said they're having offensive line issues all year.
Yeah, I know they were supposed to have a good offensive line. It's been falling apart.
Yeah, Oklahoma ate them up.
All right. Well, next week we'll either be on here. Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna be on here probably arguing about the same fucking shit. Money and should Stoops and should he not?
I do
and
wish it
same
would end,
shit.
whatever
Win or
it
lose,
is.
it don't
Yes,
matter. We
I'm
go
with
down
it.
there and win. We're gonna be talking same shit. We go down there and lose.
We don't need the
We're gonna be
money.
talking
We don't
about
need
the
the
same-
money.
It's gonna be the same shit. I know it is.
Yep.
You know what I need to do? I need to get off the message boards.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you, I need to get off the message boards, dude. When I tell you them things are
Anthony
the most
loves the fucking message
dude,
boards.
that's where the gold is, dude. But I'm gonna tell you, when I tell you they're the most negative fucking place on earth,
I'm
dude.
sure.
I hear that about Twitter. I don't get on Twitter about it, but very negative place. To
Yeah,
be.
Twitter's the worst.
Message boards right there
I'll
with it.
stop messing with Twitter. All right, that does it for this week's show. For the ghost and the devil over here.
Happy
Yeah,
Halloween.
I'm going to vanish out of here, Winkle.
So,
Guys, we appreciate y'all as always. Thank you for listening. Keep checking us out on the social media accounts. Share, like, tell a friend about us. The Right Side of Kentucky Sports will be back next week. Blitz the bookie.
See
See ya.
ya.
Charlie got the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Late nights, hustle deals on the line. Charlie Stats, he's gonna make you shine. Anthony's heart where the numbers combine. Put your cash down, ride the incline. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. The bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find.